There you go. All right. So, you guys were showing me. Sorry, again, on fingers. Hold them up high. How many of those vocab do you know? Or have you heard of? All right, we have anywhere from nobody not telling me what we have, all the way up to, well, if you count Miss Garrett 5, but you know what she's doing.
Swapping to the bottom.
Okay. I hit it. Carly, which ones do you know?
She drank it.
Who knows sales tax, tip, and selling price? Jaden, which ones did you know?
Tip.
Just tip? Okay. Carlos, how about you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know? Bet you guys do. Because I guarantee, if you guys have gone to Hutch's or whatever other store, I don't know why I always talk about Hutch's, but if you go to any of those stores
Walmart.
and you buy anything, if you go into Walmart and you buy anything, you've had to deal with sales tax.
I got a free drink.
If you have gone to any of those stores, you have dealt with the selling price. If you have gone to any of those stores, you have unknowingly dealt with markups. If you ever go to a sit-down restaurant where you go sit down and you have a waiter or a waitress come in and serve you, then there's a good chance you have dealt with both gratuity and tip.
What's gratuity?
Tip.
No, I know.
Yeah, right.
Because it's a fancy way of saying tip. We go fancy every once in a while.
Then why is tip and gratuity?
To let you know that they mean the same thing.
Then you should put tip and
Ooh.
But they're two different words.
then
But I want to define them both.
Yeah, right.
And I want to make you ask questions. Because asking questions gets you answers. Okay? So, first thing we're going to do is, what is sales tax?
What is that?
How many of you guys have gone into Walmart, picked something up off the shelf because you're going to buy it, and when you got to the register, they told you a different price than what you saw?
Plus taxes.
Guess
Yeah.
what? More specifically, those taxes are called?
sales
Sales tax. Because you're buying something. That's called a sale. So they have sales tax.
But why don't they put it all together so we can just know the
Yeah.
window? Like,
Because sales tax is based off a percentage, so that can change based off how much
Like-
stuff you're buying.
like if there's a bag of chips for $2, you might need like 13 more cents.
Mhm.
But that's
But
don't know.
there's different tax. There's 1%, but it's going to change with the amount you buy. And rounding stuff changes. So, what is sales tax? Do you guys know what it is? You just said it.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah,
the,
tax.
what's it called?
Extra money you have to pay.
That one.
The extra money that you have to
Yeah, you
pay.
get scammed.
Additional amount of money charged on items people buy. So this is going to the store and picking up. Obviously, I like to buy books. A lot of those books, then you cost something like $9.99, $10.99. Everyone likes 99, but it always costs me more than what it says because of the sales tax.
Yeah.
No, because I know it was coming.
something that's completely different.
Hey?
It's the money.
So this is what you guys are not going to like about me.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't know why I put Drew. I should have put Mr. Beeson.
Mm-hmm. Mine do. Oh,
Drew, not do. Drew wants to buy exercise equipment, so he's going to go out and buy, I don't know, a bench press. He's going to go buy some dumbbells, some weights. I don't know what he's buying, but he's buying exercise equipment. That costs $140. And the sales tax is 5.75%. So does Drew only have to does Drew only have to pay that $140?
No.
No. He has to pay more than that, doesn't he?
Yep.
He has to pay 5.75% more. What is the total cost of equipment?
No money.
Miss Garrett, I'm going to say I'm sorry because you probably got used to my other equation thing and I'm not using it now.
What
I
happened?
need to learn new things.
Because several years ago I came up with an equation, but this year I decided you guys might actually understand it better this way. And if you look on the board, there's a poster that tells you what equation we're going to use. Okay. There's a poster somewhere up here. It's a handmade poster.
Huh?
Say markup.
No, that's not handmade.
Handmade
Say
pizza.
percent proportion. I mean,
Well, we could use that, but I choose not to.
What does it say?
How about the one that says per equals percent times whole, tax equals percent times price, tip equals percent times price, markup equals percent times price. The other one I could do is sales tax equals percent times price. All of these are going to use that same thing. Okay,
You got it.
so I'm going to go with the original. Per equals percent times whole. Now it's a word problem, right? Because Miss Goldmere is mean and makes you do word problems because she knows you need practice on it. And I had to tell my niece this weekend that she doesn't want me to be her teacher. Because she told me my teacher is mean, she makes me do homework.
Where's she
You
going?
don't want me to be your teacher.
What grade is she going?
First grade.
Fifth?
Oh.
Alright, so per times equals percent times whole. It's a word problem. What do I make you guys do with a word problem?
Read.
Read it. So I know I've read it. I know I've talked about it. But I also know some of you guys weren't paying attention. So I want you guys to read it yourself. What kind of question was that, Annie?
You got an extra eraser? Okay.
Zeke, we gotta catch up. I have people looking at me, not looking at the problem, not reading it. Carlos.
Already.
What's the problem?
That last paragraph you wrote down. Okay, it's a word problem. What do I make you guys do with a word problem?
Highlight.
Highlight and
underline.
what part do I ask you guys to underline?
The important.
The question. Underline the question. So Drew wants to buy exercise equipment. That cost $140 and the sales tax is 5.75%. What is the total cost of the equipment? What is the question?
What is the total cost of the equipment?
I'm going to shorten that up. The question I want to know is what is the total cost? What's the total cost? So you guys said to highlight. What information do I ask you guys to highlight?
Like
Important information.
What's important?
part equals
Equipment.
Take a moment. Talk with your table.
equipment that costs.
What's important? Emily, you guys have an extra job. You're supposed to be doing it now.
We'll fix the
Make him
camera.
What's important?
The camera has a glare.
What cost?
Cost and sell.
140? Can you guys agree with Junior? Is 100?
It has a glare.
It's
Hi.
going to have a glare.
I
You can't
used
get rid of
to.
it. Okay. So what? Do you guys agree with Junior?
I used to.
$140. Do we need to know that?
Yeah.
So let's highlight it.
And
What else is important?
Sales taxes are 25%.
Okay. So now let's solve. Per equals percent times whole. What is the easiest number to place in this one? Percent. Percent. We already know what the percent is, right? So we're going to write down 5.75. But is that all?
no.
Is that the correct way to use percent in this equation?
Yeah. No.
What is percent always out of?
100.
So you put it over 100. Now we have either a part or we have the whole. So look at that $140. is that going to be the part or the whole? So is it part of the cost or is it the price tag of the cost?
The price.
It is the price tag. If it's the price, it goes in the hole. So do we know the part?
No.
Let's put it X. Now haven't we solved these several times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several times. What's the next step? What part of the equation do we have to solve? Good job. Divide.
I like it.
5.75 divided by 100. Now what do we have to do? Boys, do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what she said?
Multiply.
Go ahead and multiply those. But here's the thing, that's not our final answer. You guys got used to getting to this point, and that was your answer, and it was great, but here's the deal. That's a sales tax. So Drew went and he bought all this equipment. He bought it at Walmart, that's fine. He gets up to the register, he's expecting $140, excuse me. But are they gonna tell him $140?
No.
No, because what happened?
So
Tax.
Sales tax. What do you think we're going to have to do with that sales tax?
Pay extra money.
We're going to now add that $140.
There's lots of money. So why do we have taxes?
Taxes help pay for stuff for the government. Your taxes is what helps the city take care of the roads. Your taxes is what helps build this new school. Your taxes is what helps us keep a teacher in your classroom.
Wow, I think so. Older.
And it helps pay the people who go and work on like the water lines and stuff, the city people. Who keep the streets clean. It helps pay the cops to keep it safe. And the
And like
firemen
Walmart?
to keep it safe. Walmart's its own thing.
Oh.
Okay? This is your final answer.
Okay.
You guys see the one step we have added?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This right here is the only thing that has changed. That's it. Yep. This is why I like teaching math, because I start on something easy and I add one step to it, and I add one step to it,
Now we
and I add
learn.
one step. Some of them I take a step away and just skip a step and then sit back. Okay, student page.
Hi.
Hi,
YouTube. Say hi to YouTube.
Hey, you too, Sebastian. Like the word Papa. Don't
Yeah.
make it really. Don't make me come poking.
Is it crazy? I like that. Crazy.
So you be here after
I
school?
will do. What does that say? I am entering the scholarship. So I won't be able to.
What about
Subscribe to
Tomorrow
Slow
I will
Miner.
be here. Thursday, we have a game, so I'll be working again. What is the total cost of a sweatshirt if the regular price is $42 and the sales tax is 5.5%?
when does the semester end?
When the spring day?
Yeah,
I
we're
don't know when the semester ends. Wait, semester ends at the end of school. 9 weeks ends it.
Well, like these 9 weeks.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Alright. We're telling some of you guys got it down so we can get for time?
Is that a
Give Miss Soulmeyer 1,000 likes.
5 1/2. Alright? It's a word problem. What does Miss Lowmeyer ask you guys to do with a word problem? Highlight and underline. What am I going to make you underline?
The first question.
You ladies were right. You do have to read it first.
What is the total cost?
What is the total cost? There is your question.
What is the total cost?
Now we gotta highlight what do we need to answer this question. So what's important?
Regular prices.
Annie, count to 10 before you answer the next one. Guys, what else is important before she can beat you?
Sales taxes.
Times in the percent.
Okay, I got a question for you guys.
Question mark.
How many of you guys like that 5.5%?
Me.
I
You like
do.
it
I
that
love
5
it.
1/2?
Well, I don't
Yeah, I
like the
love
1/2, but I like the 5.
Oh, you don't like the 1/2. Can we do something else other than the fraction of 1/2?
Oh, round it. Oh,
Let's
no.
make it a decimal.
Oh.
What is 1/2 as a decimal?
0.5?
But instead of 0,
5.5.
See? Let's go.
okay, we are still going to use that part. Equals percent times whole. And if you guys need to remember, what word is on this poster underneath whole?
Price.
Price and price and price. So guess what whole stands for?
Price.
The price.
Let's go.
Do we know the part, the percent, or the whole?
We know the percent and the whole.
Annie, count to 10 before you answer.
What
What is the percent?
5.5.
But can we use just 5.5?
No, divided by 100.
Why divide by 100?
That's not like
Why is life like this?
Bro.
You gotta learn math.
Why do pause? Take a moment. Talk with your group. Talk with your group. Why do we take 5.5% and divide it by 100?
Because that's how we.
Oh, you do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
divide by 100. God. You know what you're.
Stop.
Make it to a decimal.
Yeah.
But why is it divided by 100? Why can't I divide by 200? Or why can't I divide by that 42?
The highest person control is going like 100.
Yeah, but I gotta make somebody else over here talk. Huh?
How come it's
Talk
like
to them.
Yeah. Again, picture you bastard.
Because you told us to
Because I
pull
said
100.
Alright, so why is that divided by 100?
You told us to do it.
Not just because I told you, because I didn't pick this number. Jada?
Yes, you do.
Percent is always divided by 100. Why is percent always divided by 100?
They're all in a hundred.
If you get all the questions right, what percent do you get?
100.
100%. Okay? Times or equals. Is that 42 the parts? Is it the tax, the tip, the markup? Or is it the price?
The price.
So proud.
So is that the part or the whole?
Hey,
So this is an X.
that's easy.
Alright, what's our next step?
Divide.
Divide what?
5.5.
Go ahead and divide.
It's 100, so we divide.
Oh my other colors.
100 divided by 5.5. Oops, get it wrong. Bad. It's okay.
And what's the next step? Multiply them out.
Huh?
2.31.
Wait, you're doing it on this?
So that's our answer?
Nope, you gotta add.
Because this is just the sales tax. So we have to add that $42. Is that your answer?
Yeah.
No, you put dollar sign.
Oh, good catch.
I didn't say that.
What? You forgot?
Crap.
No, you guys didn't tell me to put it on.
Oh.
Is it dollar for like one line or two?
Whatever it has.
I always
Doesn't really matter.
I
think
put
it's
it two.
I always put 2, and then everyone around me was always putting 1, so I switched mine to 1.
Don't be.
You don't want to be different.
You put 2 looks weird.
I put two.
Because I thought I was teaching people
What
wrong,
is
so I
that?
changed mine.
What
And
is
then somebody told me it doesn't matter. I was like, okay, fine, well, I'm making sure. All right, go back to the teacher page because we have a little bit more vocab to do.
A little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more.
No, a lot more.
Yay! Next vocab. Tip. What is tip slash gratuity?
Tip? Yeah, tip.
I don't think tips.
Where do you guys usually hear about tip?
The restaurant.
What about the restaurant?
Amigo
You
Chavez.
tip them if they did good, you know?
Oh yeah.
But why do we tip them?
Because
They
they
did
get the
good.
money.
What? Because
Because they were
Because
served. They
they
were the people that gave us food.
here's why I was telling you we use that fancy word gratuity. You know what gratuity sounds like?
What's up?
Gratitude.
Ratatouille.
What does
Right.
gratitude mean?
Never heard that one.
Gratitude sounds a lot like grateful. Grateful is thankful. Aren't you thankful that you have waiters and waitresses that will go and refill your drinks
So you
and
could
bring you
be
your
rich.
food? And all you have to do is sit there and have a good time with your family and friends, and they do all the work.
Yeah.
Well, they don't.
So a tip or gratuity is a small amount of money in exchange for a service. It's a way of saying thank you. So yes, they do get paid, but in all honesty, a lot of them don't get paid very much. They really like those tips.
Be really nice to give money.
And sometimes, for example, when my family goes out, if my entire family goes out, I'm going to tip that waiter or waitress very well, even if they make mistakes, because they're trying to keep track of 11 different people. Because I have a big family. Uh-huh.
Same.
And some of them are really good, and they don't miss a beat, and they do it everything. Some of them struggle a little bit, but they're not used to my
I
family.
believe you. Because they're new.
All right. Now here's what the good thing about tax or tip and gratuity. You solve it the same way as sales tax. The
Oh,
exact same way.
come on, man.
Oh, you want me to make it hurt? I can show
No.
you another way to solve.
No.
It's easy.
Is the other way harder?
The other way is just different.
What's so
Oh,
different?
don't answer the other way.
We have something else to talk about now.
Money's in your chat.
What is markup?
The cost. Right.
Now, in this one, have you guys, you go to, let's just make it easy. If we use our concession stand here at the game, you go to the concession stand and you buy a soda. How much is that soda?
$2.
$2. Do you think the school bought that pop for $2?
Yeah. No.
They bought
They
it
bought it for like
$1
50
because
cents.
scam.
No, they probably
Scam.
bought like a big pack, you know?
Yeah. But I agree with Jaden. We
got
paid less.
scammed.
Probably closer to it though.
Why do they pay $1? Why did they scam
Because
us?
it's called a markup.
What does that mean?
Is the school trying to make some money?
I'm not trying to make some
Are
money.
you guys are any of you guys in any clubs that work the concession stand?
No.
For example, I know Miss Weber works it a lot for
Sam's
robotics. Because that extra money that you guys are paying for those drinks goes to robotics. That's how robotics makes some money so they can do some of their stuff.
Even though
The school
industrial.
needs money.
That's why not FCCLA, they do their own thing. But if NJHS or if Avid work in the concession stand, that's how Avid makes some money so they can take those field trips and they can call in people to come talk to you guys. and make their class as good as possible.
Yeah.
Okay? I know cheerleaders are going to be working a concession stand. That's how the cheerleaders are going to make some money so that way they can attend camp and pay for new uniforms and everything else. Okay? But if the school bought the pop for $1 and then sold it for the $1, is the school making any money?
No.
So can they give any of these clubs any money?
No.
No, so they mark it up in order to do that. Now think of a store. Stores do this all the time. If Walmart bought a pop for $1 and then sold it to you for $1, are they making any money?
No.
Miss Zebra works at Walmart. Do you think Miss Zebra is going to get paid if Walmart's not making any money?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they do markups so that way people get paid. And I bet you some of you guys are going to work in a store at some point. Most people end up working at some point.
McDonald's.
If your store doesn't do markups, you're not going to get paid. Restaurants are the same way. The restaurant actually makes you pay more for the food than they do, but that's because they need to pay people. Okay, so a markup is the amount of increase. Markup is the amount of increase stores use to make a profit. They want to make money. They also want to be able to make enough money to pay people. Otherwise, people lose their jobs and then nobody has money to go anywhere, so there's no point. Again, you want to know the good thing about this?
We haven't had a
It's the
school
same way as sales tax.
since a long time ago.
It's all the same way as
matter.
sales tax.
This is decision.
Everything. Markups, tips, gratuity, sales tax, they are all solved the exact same way. You find the percent of a number and you add it back up. That's it.
So like you could work at Walmart, you could buy a pack of sodas, and you could sell it for $2 each. Be rich.
In fact, we've had somebody here do it when the school got out. When school, a couple years ago, you guys were done with school, so students had gone, and they were selling off the leftover Gatorade stuff to teachers for 50 cents. And you had somebody in charge of the club went and bought all of those Gatorades and then started selling them for $2 to make money for their club.
How come South Middle School had a garage sale?
Because they were selling off stuff they didn't need.
What was
All
that?
right, last word. Selling price.
That amount of concentration.
The selling price. That goes along with markup. In fact, you don't have to sell it for selling price. You have to know what it is. The selling price is the amount a customer pays for an item before tax are paid.
You need the address.
Okay? So when you go to Walmart and you look and you see the price on the shelf or on the price tag on clothing, whatever it is, that's the selling price. It's not what Walmart paid, it's what they're selling it for. Then you get up to the register and you have to pay tax as well.
Yeah.
Who is happy?
I know.
It's good. It's kind of broken.
No, it's not. It's just food. Okay.
Oh,
Any
it's that.
Are you guys ready to try some sample examples?
Yeah.
Go get your books.
Right.
Go get your books.
Get the book.
Ready.
Wait, I'm still solving. Solving. Guys, don't work at McDonald's. Don't work at Burger King. I get Burger
Chill.
In your books, turn to page 153.
Work at Walmart. Lord.
Page 153. You can take it out. You can leave it in on this one. I don't care.
Yeah,
Oh no.
153.
153.
Oh, you colored your nails.
Let me see.
Oh, really? Pretty nice.
Okay. Look at letter B. Scott wants to tip his taxi cab driver 20%. If his commute costs $15, what is the total cost? So he got in his taxi. He gets to his destination, and they say it's $15. Is he just going to pay them $15?
No.
No, we're not just paying them $50 because we're giving them a tip. They drove you somewhere.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
fun.
what's that question?
What is
Boys, 153.
Did he sign me for?
153. Hey, what is our question?
Say, Scott wants to tip the taxi
What is
cab.
the total cost? You should underline that.
The total cost.
What is important?
He wants to take the taxi cab driver
20%.
We want 20%.
It costs 15.
Alright.
$15.
I'm gonna poke you now too. What else is important?
Costs $15.
It costs $15. What equation are we going to use?
R equals percent.
Why?
You guys are happy with Annie answering again?
Why?
Give her all the answers.
Okay.
No, don't.
She's gonna have fun.
You need to put her on mute. Hit the mute button.
Well, now you guys gotta pay attention because I'm gonna write down what Annie says unless somebody tells me different.
Okay.
And she's gonna have fun with this. Okay? What number do you know can go in here? Where does the 15 go then, Jaden? Is it the part, the percent, or the whole?
Don't
The
beat a
whole.
bot.
The whole.
Because that is the price. That's what it costs.
Well.
What else can be put in there?
84.
Ashley? What about the percent?
20%.
25.
Over 100. What?
Why do we put it over 100?
I feel like you're getting it right sometimes.
Oh, sometimes you might.
Because the percent's always.
Percent's always at 100. So we're gonna solve for that x. How do we solve for that x?
You multiply
Junior,
20 divided by
what are we gonna do to solve for that x?
Oh, you just said it. 20
What are we gonna
divided.
multiply?
No, you're gonna divide 20 divided by 100. I told you.
What do we do first?
We're going to divide. Take 20 divided by 100. 0.2. Some of you boys need to pick up a calculator and start solving for yourself. Well, I'm going to tell everybody to give wrong answers.
Oh.
And we'll really have fun with this.
Yeah.
Then pick up a calculator and start solving for your own as well.
That's dog.
What do we do now?
Again.
add.
Not again. Now we got to multiply. So let's multiply.
Now you
Yeah,
multiply.
I got the Minecraft calculator.
I forgot I told you to give wrong answers, so I was trying to figure out why are we adding? It's
Equals 3.
so what does this 3 tell you?
Tell
It's not our answer. What does that 3 tell you?
15.
That's the.
Sales tax.
It's not the sales tax on this
It's
one.
a tip.
It's the tip. He wants 2 tips, so this is what he's tipping. So his taxi cab, he needs to pay $15 just for the ride, and he said he was a good driver. Here's $3.
So
You could drive.
just add to.
And then you add 15 and it's 18.
I never do people tip. Use $3.
That's the big thing. Don't forget to add that. Okay, look at letter C. Who would like to read letter C? Maddie.
See.
Find the total cost of a spot treatment of $42, including 6% tax and 20%.
Ooh, so this one has extra, doesn't it?
C.
Is it going to make it any harder?
Yeah.
what equation are we still going to use?
Tax equals percent times part.
Part
Should have
equals
what
percent.
Annie said because nobody corrected her.
Oh, this was right.
She said something about tax equals percent times part. Or, I don't know.
Hard to say.
Yeah, especially when you know the answer and trying to give the wrong answer. It's really hard. All right. What do we need? What do we need to do now?
See what?
Divide.
Before we highlight, we read it. We've read it. You read it for us. How do you know what to highlight?
Small cost. Oh yeah, you just divide 42.
Don't you need to underline first?
Yeah.
What's the question? You need to underline this. Here's why, guys. Sometimes your question is not the total cost. It is, what is the tip? Or what is the tax? What is the discount? What is something else? If it says total, then you're going to do the full thing and add. If it only asks for tax, you only solve this part. And you're done. Okay? Now what's important?
$42. 6% tax.
It's because it's corny.
Hey, we're solving. Okay? Now, why does this one look any more difficult than the last one?
More numbers.
There's more. There's 2%.
Remember,
But aren't both those percents off the same price?
No, tax and tip.
They're both tax and tip, but aren't they both working off this $42?
yeah.
So can we just put those two together? What is 6% plus 20%? 26%. So we're going to put 26.
Divided by 100.
Thank you. Now, is that 42? Is that per or is that the price?
The whole.
That's the whole. That is the price. That is times 42.
Yeah.
So now what?
You multiply 26 and 100.
Well, the computer choose.
Divide.
0.26.
Computer. That's 0.26. My bad.
Copy. Divided by 42.
Don't fuck up.
Now you multiply
Multiply what?
the two numbers.
No bottom.
And Carlos, oh, never mind. He was blocking the calculator. I thought you were reading it. So x equals what?
84.
Yeah, alright.
What is that 1092?
292. What you call?
Is that the final price?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh. No.
No. What is it?
No, it's beef, bro.
The 1092 is actually both your tax and your tip together.
Yeah, but you need
But we want total, so let's add that 42.
Alright.
Make sure you line up the decimals when you add. 52 what?
Apple. 52.9. 92.
dollars.
Apple.
Good catch, Jaden.
Apple. See, I got you. I'm not being broken.
Think we got it? Yeah.
10 minutes
Think
left.
we got it?
Yeah.
Time goes
Sure.
fast.
Yeah.
No.
There's your problems. And don't play because, right now there's 8. I could have had.
Thank
In fact, I erased a problem earlier. I could add it back in.
Basically a Monday for so much.
you.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
No.
Yeah.
I just spoke to
Sebastian, don't make it any worse. Do your homework.
Oh, what pages? Oh,
155 and 157.
Sebastian, make the address. Instead of excuse me.
I'm even going to help you with one of these.
Which one?
The number 32. 23.
No, not 23.
15.
23 is find the mistake. Solve the problem and tell me what you did differently.
Y'all enjoyed the
Yeah,
video?
let's look at
Give us
25.
1,000 likes and subscribe.
Let's look at 25.
Easy.
Okay? An office supply store marks up their prices by 30%. Which of the following could be items sold by the store? Select all of them that apply. So some of these you're going to put a check mark in. Some of them you're going to leave blank. So let's see. What do we need to know?
The cost.
The cost. What is the cost?
72.
The cost is 72. What else do we need to know?
The price.
Price.
The selling price? I'm not.
94.
Stop.
50. She said stop.
I'm not going to work with that price right now. I'm going to leave it out.
Alright.
But there's something else we need to know. Not the selling price.
Office
cost.
chair. Office chair.
Selling price.
No, look up. Look up.
30%.
30%.
Oh.
This is very important because we are going to use part equals percent times whole. Where does 30% need to go?
The percent.
Is it just 30?
Over 100.
100 times 72.
No, 72.
Alright.
We're trying to get x equals.
0.3.
Okay, so x is 0.3 times 72. So x is 21.60. And what's our last step?
And
Add. We're going to add what?
72.
Yeah.
You already know.
So. Yeah. Here's our answer. Look at their selling price. Is it the same?
No.
So we're going to check this box?
No.
No. You're going to do the same with printer paper, but
no.
I'm going to shorten it for you guys. I'm going to skip right to here. X equals 0.3 times what?
Alright.
72.
For printer paper.
Oh.
Got a beauty bar.
4.60. Is that it? We done? What do we do? What are we going to add? Look at that price.
Yeah.
Look at this price.
Check that one out.
What? Magic.
And then you'll solve this one and see if it matches. And you'll solve this one and see if it matches. I already got you halfway through that problem. Okay?